And if new injured people show up from the other side after a fight, I pitch in to help look after them.
I feel beyond grateful. Our comrades are even closer than family because I would already be dead if not for my comrades who saved me when I got injured.
A centre in Mae Sot, Thailand is providing assistance to many of those injured fighting against the military junta over the border in Myanmar. Those being treated at the centre include those who have suffered serious injuries, while some are able to volunteer to help their comrades. Hello and welcome to Doh Athan, a weekly podcast about human rights stories from Myanmar. It's brought to you by Fondation Hirondelle. This episode is produced by Doh Athan freelance journalist. Some names and voices may have been changed to protect contributors.
It's quite disgusting since I have to take care of everything, including their urine and feces. But even if I don't want to, they don't have any relatives here, and they are not strangers. They are comrades.
Ko Zar Ni is a volunteer at the Sunshine Care Centre in Mae Sot, on Thailand's border with Myanmar, which provides care for people injured in the fighting between the military and the anti-junta resistance. Ko Zar Ni was a nurse in the military before the coup d'etat of February 2021. But shortly afterwards joined an ethnic armed group as part of the widespread civil disobedience movement, or CDM. During a battle with military forces, he sustained a leg injury that required surgery, and while waiting for his appointment, he is helping to care for other patients at the centre.
There are some patients who can't get out of bed. I take care of the daily meal arrangements for the injured comrades. And if new injured people show up from the other side after a fight, I pitch in to help look after them.
He said the language barrier between Myanmar and Thai people at the centre can be a challenge.
Since I used to be a nurse, it's not difficult for me, but there are some language barriers. I don't get what they are saying, or they don't understand what I am saying.
Ko Zar Ni also said that providing assistance to the resistance fighters is more rewarding than his previous work, following orders as medical personnel for the military. Thazin, a nurse from Myanmar's Ayeyarwady region, is another who helps care for people injured in the fighting. She often helps transport patients from Myanmar's Kayin state to Thailand for treatment. She initially came to Mae Sot to give birth, but now provides help to those injured in the fighting across the border. Thazin explains some of the challenges she faces.
If someone has a broken leg or something like that, we've got to move them. But if it's a gunshot wound to the chest, the patient needs to be brought here, since doing surgery there is difficult and could be life-threatening.
She discussed one experience she had when a fighter went missing for several days.
I had no idea what was going on, but when he finally came back at night, leeches had latched onto his leg. The doctors did not transfer him here, but they took the skin from his thigh and attached it back to his leg. If only we had a proper operation room. Our doctors are really skilled.
Mae Sot is a relatively safe place for refugees escaping the conflict in Myanmar, and as such has become a hub for providing medical care for injured fighters. Although there are medics on the battleground in Myanmar, some of those more seriously injured are transported across the border, where surgical tools, equipment, medication and other crucial supplies are more readily available. Sunshine Care Centre is run by Ma Nay Chin Lin and her husband, who are members of the Karen National Union, or KNU. They have treated between 500 and 700 patients in the last 2 years. It is often extremely challenging to transport patients from the battlefield because they have to be carried much of the way by foot, said Ma Nay Chin Lin.
When some patients get shot at night, around 7 or 8 p.m, we end up not sleeping the whole night. It is a whole process where I have to make 30 or 40 phone calls just to make sure they can receive the treatment safely, and that usually takes about 4 to 5 hours. And then, even after they reach a hospital, we still need to check to see what the hospital decides to do. If it doesn't work out, I have to try again to transfer the patient somewhere else.
Once they have been treated, many of those who can return to the battlefield, while others stay at the centre as volunteers. Ma Nay Chin Lin said the main challenge the centre facing is related to safety.
As you know, living in a foreign country, especially in a border area like this, not in your home country, comes with a lot of pressure from different angles. But reliable and trustworthy individuals have been supporting us. If you were to ask me if it's tough, it really is.
Financial issues are another difficulty, she said, adding that they sometimes struggle to pay the rent. Those injured in the battles are extremely grateful for the help they received from places like Sunshine Care Centre. They include Comrade Ko NAy Phone Latt, a sniper and member of the anti-military resistance drone team. During fighting last year, he lost both legs, as well as receiving serious injuries to his ribs and lungs. He initially received treatment at a Thai hospital, but still needs regular hospital visits and is currently staying at the centre.
People who are volunteering here are not in perfect health themselves. Like me, they come here for treatment and then start helping out with chores like cooking and doing laundry when they feel better. I feel beyond grateful. Our comrades are even closer than family because I would already be dead if not for my comrades who saved me when I got injured.
There are other organisations providing assistance to those injured in the fighting, including international organisations. The National Unity Government is also providing assistance. Ko NAy Phone Latt, a spokesperson for the NUG, said the organisation has been collaborating with the KNU on healthcare arrangements and safe housing in Mae Sot for those injured.
As part of the
NUG, we are doing everything we can to provide assistance, but we always need more support. That's why I want to extend our gratitudes to all the organisations and individuals who are helping us. Just one thing to note, that it is important for all the public funding to directly reach the places where it's needed the most.
Thazin said she feels happy whenever she sees injured fighters recovering from their injuries. Despite the struggles she is facing for her and her baby's survival in Mae Sot, she said she is happy to continue helping those injured in the fighting in her homeland.
It's thanks to everyone's help that these comrades can survive and get better. If there was no one to carry them when we sent them here, they wouldn't be alive today. And without someone to take care of them once they arrive, they wouldn't be recovering like they are now. It's all due to the comrades who sacrifice themselves to care for the patients.
Thanks for listening to this edition of Doh Athan. We'd welcome your feedback on social media. This project on human rights reporting is supported by Fondation Hirondelle with the help of our donors. You can listen to our podcast via the Doh Athan Facebook page. They can also be found on SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes and Spotify. You can also listen every Saturday night from 9 to 10 p.m. and Sunday morning from 6 to 7 a.m. on Voice of America Radio. Please tune in again next week.